Mob Psycho Season 2 has officially begun, and so has my reviewing for 2019. So this is what's going to be starting us off for 2019. This is what's going to be starting us off for Winter Anime 2019. So, Mob Psycho, it's been a while. Just the way the show just re-captivated me in an episode. That was pretty special. I mean, I loved everything this episode did this episode. I mean, just the characterization in terms of, in our development, I should start off with the way he fought that one monster, that one ghost. Mob is someone who just usually kind of uses brute strength, but this time he used, a strategic way of doing things. He read the battlefield and he adapted. And that was pretty cool to see. But more importantly, the characterization. I know a lot of you guys probably hate the girl that pretended to be Mob's girlfriend. And to that I say, genius writing. Genius writing. And yes, we've used characters before in order to allow our main character to get characterization, and or allowed another character to get characterization through our main character, vice versa, right? But the way this episode handled that, there's just like multiple messages. One, it was for seeing characterization of Mob and allowing us, the audience, to view him differently and or gain more perspective on him. And two, to kind of just characterize, not technically a character, but adolescents in general, that people do stuff to fit in. And I guess Bunny Girl Senpai is something that we probably should have, read, kind of already read to know what we're talking about here. And I probably put that shitty, but who cares? But Bunny Girl Senpai showed us a lot about that, right, with the Koga arc. And Mob Psycho shows us that people do things to fit in, and people have a very secretive side to them. As a matter of fact, what's this girl's name? Emmy or Emery, whatever her name was. But she's a lot like Koga, actually, from Bunny Girl Senpai, if you actually look at it. She's extremely lot like Koga. Did something to fit in. Of course, this girl kind of did something that Koga would not have done. But this scene is just literally for Mob. We get to see that Mob is someone that doesn't necessarily do things for himself, but will do things for his other people, for other people. And he even says, he was doing this because of his own feelings. And it's crazy to see Mob cry and still give a damn about someone who faked and or pretended to be his girlfriend. And you could tell this girl wasn't happy about it, because whenever she told them about what happened, everyone started laughing but her. You know what I mean? They put the sweat on her head because she was nervous. She was not comfortable with the situation at hand. And I just love that character now. I love her as a character. I want to see more of her as a character. And maybe that's the only time she gets to shine at all. But it's just the music, just the way it set it up, the dialogue. Whenever you put everything back together, it shows you that Mob is lying too. And a lot of you guys may be forgetting that. Mob lied about what he did. Mob lied about being an Esper. So there's two people lying there. It just shows you how lies aren't good. You shouldn't lie. There's very few situations to where you should lie for the good of someone else and or good for you, good for yourself. So that's pretty cool to see, man. I really do enjoy what Mob Psycho did this episode. It's special. I felt personally it was pretty damn special with what it did. So, other than that, though, I do want to talk about the art of Mob Psycho. Now, the art looks way more saturated with color. Even the dark colors look very vivid and bright, along with, of course, the bright colors that naturally look bright. They look way more filled in than last season, and that's something that I need to adjust my mic again. But that's something that we don't always get to see, and I love how the art looks better to me personally. Like it looks last show, it kind of just looked unsaturated with color at times. It kind of looked like it was kind of lacking the color palettes, I guess, not just necessarily for the character, but the whole screen in general, the background art and whatever it may be. And I'm not referring to character designs or design of the show. I'm just referring to the colors of the characters, the colors of the background. It just looks more saturated and vivid and bright, I love the contrast of colors. So that was something I really just want to touch on. But other than that, though, the opening. Listen, the best part of the opening is the mob is back. That part is hype. Like, I get pumped up. And that, who knows, that may even be the title of this video. But from an opening standpoint, from season 1 to 2, I'm still rolling with season 1 because the music was so good. Visually, Mob Psycho has very unique openings. You could say the most unique openings in anime if you really wanted to, because it's not a bold statement from Hex. That's just a truth. Like, it's so unique in its visuals that it's not even funny. I mean, So to say it's the most unique visuals we've seen in anime in terms of openings, it's not even. That shouldn't even be something that's like gas. That should be like, yeah, I see where you're coming from. But the music, musically, it's just so good in season 1. You know what I mean? I think the opening for season 2 musically it kind of picks up the last 30 seconds as soon as the mob is back starts, and then on. I think it starts getting pretty hype. But I mean, the 21, 22, 23, 24. I mean, opening one's just so good with Mob Psycho. So, other than that, though, to see Mob running for president was pretty damn funny. And it shows you that he secretly has a fan club, the weightlifting club, the sidekick club, the white tea poison. That shit had me laughing. I was like, oh my God, he is white tea poison. I just remember everyone yelling, white tea poison. And he's like, white tea poison, you weren't satisfied with just ruling the school from the shadows? You had to gain more power? Like, I love that scene. I love that guy. I love that arc. It's all amazing. I love it all. White tea poison's back. But other than that, guys, I really don't have much to say. And I was talking to my brother on the phone. I gave the show a B+. I forgot this show's an A. I forgot. I really did forget that. It's been a while. I'm sorry, Mob Psycho. At least, honestly, like if it was a B+ for me, and I'll go back and watch it, I'm like, yeah, heck, you're right to give it a B+. I think this episode literally put it over the top because it was just really good. It's just literally A+ material. I mean, just seeing that Mob, like we know Mob is selfless, and that's what this episode really just kind of said. Mob's selfless, but what it did, it showed you how selfless he was. But it even showed you how selfish he was. He didn't have to go over there. They did him wrong. He didn't have to stick up for that girl. They did him wrong. That was her light novel that she actually really secretly cared about, and Mob knew that. Right? So, and they even said it. Is this really just fake? Because it looks like this is serious and you put a lot of passion into this. And it's too serious. It's written too seriously to be fake. And Mob picking that up because he actually truly enjoyed that novel. He enjoyed that reading. He enjoyed the person's company that made it. And he actually became, even though it's Darren and she's being fake, he actually got to see the real her, so he understands that, right? He understands the passion, the message, the passion, the feeling, and emotion that was put into those words that were on that paper, and he actually took to it. He, kind of resonated with him, and to see that he cares that much that he'll throw his own self underneath the bus, kind of like a character from like Snafu, Hiki. He'll throw his own self under the bus, not for someone else, not just to complete a fucking task, but because he cares that much about not only his own, really his own feelings. His own true feelings in that person. So that's really cool to see. So as always, guys, I hope you guys did enjoy the video. I hope you guys did enjoy the episode of Mob Psycho. Really terrific stuff. And you guys have been Hex. I'll see you guys next time. Peace. Thanks for watching, guys.